Name's Roger Boaty. Mr. George Roger Boaty.
Indeed it is. And good evening to you, Roger Boaty. And good evening to all of you. Welcome to Thursday? Blimey, yeah. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. I hope you're well, and I hope you've had a decent day. And above all, I hope you're not as tired as I am. But I am genuinely chuffed to bits to be here with you, my lovelies, my little bowls of sugared cornflakes. My goodness gracious me. And speaking of you and your general wonderfulness, who have we got? Matt _ Good evening to you, sir. The lovely Jimmy Quinn, good evening. The wonderful Joe Cox, hello, sir. Chaz Brown, thank you very much, Chaz, and good evening to you. I've had a great day, thank you to everybody asking. Well done on the haul you got from Sheffield. Bargainiferous for 40 quid. Wasn't it just, Chaz? And Matt echoes that in his own invariably amusing way. Congratulations on the £40 purchase, says Matt. You are now an affiliate of the criminal underground. Yeah, that thought, believe me, that thought did occur. Simon is with us, Project MGTF, and says, good evening, peoples of the interwebs. Good evening to you, Simon. And goes on to say that he hopes everybody's had a good Thursday, which is quite a common common wish and a nice wish. I like this sort of thing. Cheeseburger is amongst us and says, evening conscripts. Everything Cars is here. Hello everyone, how's your day been? Sir, yes sir. Showing Cheeseburger, General Cheeseburger, the respect he deserves there. Boaty will be late, says Cheeseburger. He's helping the police with their inquiries for handling stolen goods. Well, my idea now, my darlings, is looking at it and looking at how it loaded into the into Boo's arse, all of which you will see on a video tomorrow, not to be missed, he said, lying through his teeth. I have decided that, you know the things I've got two of, those tall, cupboardy, hangy-downy, canvassy things with shelves, right? I'm not going to use those, or if I did use them, it would be hardly ever. And they take up too much room in Boo's bum. So I'm going to flog them. So I'm going to be a fence. I'm going to be selling stolen goods, allegedly, possibly. But yeah, I'm going to sell them and I'm going to try and get 30 or 40 quid for them. Which means that the rest of the stuff that I got, which is fantastic, 2 top-of-the-range tables, that's 200 quid's worth just on the tables, top-of-the-range chair, that's about 80 quid, so that would be like, oh, acid, first one of the lives there. Let us welcome the Premier Belch. How rude. How rude. Yes, I'll be getting 280 quid's worth of stuff for free or 10 quid. So, yeah, that's the plan. It'll just tidy Boo's arse up a bit, leave room for the picnic hamper or anything else I wanted to put in there. So, I think that makes sense, and I will do that tomorrow. I'll pop them back on Facebook Marketplace with proper pictures and a proper advert, and let's see if we can get those flogged over the weekend and put 30 or 40 quid back into the pot, which is going to be needed. I have Stigbürt news. Some of you will have seen it already. That's where I got to, isn't it? Right. Diddly-doo, diddly-doo. Oh, everybody's chatting to each other. That's nice. Oh, good evening, Barry. How are you? Glad you could join us. I'm not having a pea next to the freezer cheeseburger. Oh, God, really? Ashley Stewart is amongst us, says evening all. Rover Joe, good evening to you, sir. Bad books. Oh, fabulous. Maybe get any news or topics, says Simon, out of the way before you start on the chat. Yeah, good idea. I was waiting for the awkward elevator moment with the man and his spliff with elevator music. Well, there was no elevator music. It stank of booze, piss and drugs. And I wasn't filming. If you think I'm walking in there brandishing a newish iPhone, you've got another bloody thing coming. I'm not as young as I used to be, and I haven't had a fight for ages. I'm too old and flabby to get in one. Flog them for 20 quid each, says Joe. Means it'll all be free. Yeah, that is going to be the plan. I thought I'd put them on £20 each, or 30 or 35 for the two. How's your day been, Boaty? It's been grand. I've had a good day. Yeah, I've had a really good day. Thank you for asking. Hope you have too. Is it Criminal Underground or Underworld, asks Matt. Both actually sound wrong now, because Underground is a subway and Underworld is Mike Baldwin's factory. Long day, I'm confusing myself. Bloody hell, Mike Baldwin can't still be going, can he? He must be brown bread by now, surely to God. Oh God, Johnny Briggs? Johnny Briggs? I want to say Johnny Briggs. So I did. You don't want too much mess in booze arse, says Cheeseburger, and I agree with you. Barry says, I'm fine, just finished work. Nice sunny evening here in Jefferson City, Missouri. Aren't we all windswept and exotic and international? Wonderful, isn't it, that here in a little virtual thing hosted in a pokey, damp cottage in the arse end of nowhere in the Peak District, we have people from amazingly far-flung and exotic places. Australia, America, Rochdale. It's extraordinary, it really is. How can you tell if it's a pea and not a piece of corn? Oh God, right. Oh, Johnny Briggs died a while ago. Well, there we are. Yeah, well, the cat was still sleeping next to a chimney the last time I watched Coronation Street. Well, I mean, does it not do that anymore? I mean, I don't know when I last watched Coronation Street, 20 years ago, something like that. Cheeseburger says, Johnny Briggs died 4 to 5 years ago. He was known to drink in the Black Horse by Halesowen Cycling Club. Oh God, there's a blast from the past. And Halesowen Track. There weren't velodromes back in those days. Oh Christ, and it was concrete as well, wasn't it? Or am I getting mixed up? Wasn't Halesowen a concrete track? Terrifying to fall off on. I mean, any track is pretty terrifying to fall off on, but a concrete one, you don't want that. Johnny Briggs was a Kiss TV show too. Oh, there you are. You learn something every day, don't you? So, a few of you have been kind enough to ask how my day has been. And, well, I'll let you know. I mean, it's been good. I was up not quite as early today. But still reasonably early. I was up about, I had a bit of a lion now, I remember. I was up about 20 to 10. Things are catching up with me. I'm a wee bit tired tonight as well. Plus it's all of the excitement, you know. Excitement is tiring, isn't it? And what did I do? Edited the video. Well, I had breakfast. Yeah, and my breakfast is always the same. Mouthful of apple juice, black coffee, strong black coffee, one slice of lavishly buttered toast, and a cigarette. Had that, edited the video. Oh, that took a bit of editing, so I had to do some fast forward stuff. Still, I tell you what, it was worth the effort. If you have a look, no fewer than 17 people have watched that video already. I reckon this time next week, that video is going to have over 30 views. All right, I might be being optimistic, but, you know, you have to hope, you have to dream, don't you? And then, spoiler alert for tomorrow's video. I sorted all of the bargains out, packed away what needed packing away, bunged them all in Boo's arse, secured them in with colour-coded, elasticated bungee cords, which is when I realised that those cupboard things, they are going to be a bit too big. They won't stand upright, they have to go down flat, and they take up all of the boot floor space right the way to the door. Boo hasn't got a very big arse, which is quite appropriate really, because original Boo didn't have a very big arse. She had a lovely arse. You can see it for yourself, it's all over the internet, God knows. She wasn't shy at putting those pictures up. If you have seen a picture of a woman wearing a black thong with an amazing arse, that's Boo. Stands every chance. God, that picture's been well, those pictures, there's a few of them. I like the ones in black and white. But yeah, that's when I realised that they're going to be a bit too big, and I'm not really going to use them. So get them sold, put some money back in the pot, because that 40 quid, 40 quid's a big old lump of change for me. But the other stuff, that will get used. Those tables, top of the range, high gear, they're amazing quality, really, really good. So they'll both get used. The smaller one will probably be my regular table, and that'll be great. I can cook on that, and with that amazing chair, that's feels more like a proper chair, a bit more upright. So with that chair and that table, you actually got a proper dining type thing. You could sit and eat stuff off the table with a knife and fork. I could cook steak. I could do a Land Rover steak lunch. Steak with maybe sauteed potatoes, bit of pepper sauce or fried tomato, something like that. Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? God, I fancy that now. I fancy that tomorrow, and I can't have it. No? So that was all good. And then I fitted the wind deflectors that Joe was wonderfully kind enough to send to me. I fitted those in Boo, and I didn't break any of them, and I fitted them. And for the first time in my life, now I have fitted wind deflectors before, but I just bodged them in and hoped for the best. I did these ones properly, because that's what I do now. I do things proper. So I actually used the clips and everything and did them all properly. And they're in and they're secure and they look fabulous. So thank you very much, Joe. You get a massive shout out. Well, shout outs in tomorrow's vid. So don't be worrying about that. And I won't go mad tonight. So that was good. Oh God, it's coming both ends. I shall suppress the other end. I shall sit firmly until it goes away. Go on, dissipate, go. Where do farts go? That's a thought, right? I've just quelled that fart. That fart wanted to come out, and I would not allow it to. I closed the emergency exit. So, where does it go? What happens to it? Does it cause any damage? I've never thought about that before. I mean, what happens to it? I mean, it was a thing. It was going to come out. It was a pocket of gas that presumably travelled through my internal subway and was knocking at the door ready to come out. So I didn't let it out, and it's kind of gone away. Where has it gone? What has happened to it? And what would happen if you never let any poo out? I mean, you'd fill up, wouldn't you? So, do you not fill up with... I wonder, if I don't let a fart out, a fart's lighter than air. If I weighed myself now, would I have lost weight? Because I've got a fart in me that's effectively trying to make me float. And if you held in all of your farts, would you be able to float? Would you need to be tied down That's an interesting thing. And farts are methane, aren't they? And is methane lighter or heavier than air? Where's Liz? Liz would know these things. Johnny Briggs, was on 633 Squadron, says Barry. There we are. Oh, Hales Owen was concrete. I thought it was cheeseburger. We went on it from school. Bloody hell. That's harsh. That's harsh. Yeah, I did race on there. I raced all of the local tracks. I can't remember them all. There was that one underneath Spaghetti Junction. I remember that one. Gravelly Hill Interchange, to give it its proper name. And I can't remember all of them. I think Hales Owen was quite shallow, wasn't it? Quite a shallow bank. I do remember the first time I went to Leicester, which used to be the national track before Manchester was built. That was an incredible experience. I was riding the National Junior Pursuit Championship. So that would have been 3K back then, wouldn't it? 3,000 meters. That was exciting. A message held review. This could be filth. Camping table erection tired syndrome. See TETS. That's from Bad Books. And Cheeseburger adds, is the black thong photo the one with penis humiliation? No, it's just a photo of her arse. She used to put it around all over she did have a stunning arse. She had an amazing body, full stop. No two ways about it. She used to put it across the internet and earn money from it. And who can fault her for that? And I rather like that. I like the idea of men slavering over the thing that I lay in bed next to every night. Jimmy Quinn says, Johnny Briggs, MBE, member of the British Empire, born 1935 and died on the 28th of February 2021. So he would have been how old? 70. Oh, he was a good age, wasn't he? He was a bloody good age. That would have been 70, 80, 90. Christ, he was 96. Bloody hell. Fair play to him. Would the cupboard not be any good on days out in Mr. George Rogerbotty? Well, asks Matt. Well, no, it would be absolutely bloody pointless. Mr. George Rogerbotty is a caravan. He already has cupboards. He doesn't need external cupboards. He's full of cupboards. Quite nice cupboards too. So, no, they would be of no use whatsoever. If we were going on a day out with Mr. George Rogerbotty, we'd use his own cupboards. That would be like fitting an outboard motor to a car with an inboard motor. Kind of tautology, really. So glad they fitted, says Joe. Amazingly, they look brill, Joe. Wait until you see tomorrow. And thank you again. Cheeseburger says, that fart will explode in your stomach. It'll be like that scene in Alien. And Bad Book says, the fart will come out of your ears. That wouldn't surprise me. God knows what happens to your ears when you get older. They get all big and pendulous and hairy. I mean, there's nothing worse than a hairy ear, is there? I mean, it's not an attractive look. You can get those little machines, can't you, that you stick into your ear and they whiz around and they whiz all of the hairs out. You can do your nostrils too. My wife bought me one when I was in my late 30s. And I thought, well, that's fucking pointless. I'll never need that. I'll die before I ever need those. And now I could probably do with one. I haven't got particularly hairy ears, I don't think. It's quite difficult to see into them. But when you have a bit of a fiddle, let's all do this together, right? Everybody who is over the age of 45, put your finger and your thumb like that, inside your ear, and have a feel about and see if you can feel a hair. I'm relatively okay at the moment. And how many of you, if any, trim your nostril hair? Again, I haven't quite got there yet, and I still haven't had my first grey pube. I'm quite proud of that. The rest of my body might be falling apart, but my pubic hair is still a good, solid, dark brown. Won't stay like that for long. It'll look like an Arctic tern, no doubt. Probably next month. I've probably cursed myself now, haven't I? I think my next bath is due on the... What date is it? Oh, right, it's next month now. So my next bath is due on the 11th of next month. And I wouldn't be surprised if I glanced down, put something on my stomach so I can see past it. I wouldn't be at all surprised if there was a grey one lurking. It's going to happen one day. I know it's going to happen one day. I wonder if that's why men shave down there. A bit of manscaping so they don't see the grey ones. I flirted with the manscaping bit under pressure. I've told you before. When I was spending a lot of time in Malta, my best friends out there, we were in their pub having a very late night lock-in. And we were talking about manscaping, and I said I didn't, and I never have. And I gave them a quick flash. And for about 10 months, certainly immediately after that, everybody started calling me, instead of Parry Hughes, they started calling me Hairy Pubes. And I got so fed up with the peer pressure, I started manscaping. But then I kind of stopped and didn't bother. And they did threaten to, when I was really drunk, they were going to hold me down on the table and shave me completely. So, and I knew nothing about it. I asked some male friends, and they said you buy some clippers and you just try and make it look, how did they put it? A bit less Ken Dodd. And the one benefit that I did notice, I mean, it might be more hygienic or something, I don't know. It does make your little chap look bigger. Definitely does. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. It's like getting a lady with a really small hand to hold it. Gives the impression of a more impressive element of tottery. But I have a bit of a trim now and then when I can be asked. Oh, a hidden message. We'll come to that in a minute. Right, okay. Imagine farting in a spacesuit. Well, that can't be any different, Barry, to farting internally, not letting your fart out. Presumably, if the fart dissipates within your body, then it would dissipate within a spacesuit as well. Or does it change once it comes out of your body? No, it wouldn't, would it? No, I mean, it would still dissipate, I think. Because when you let a fart out, the noise doesn't last for it. Well, the noise, it's not the fart that makes the noise. It's your bum that makes the noise. Your bum opens and closes like that really, really quickly as the fart comes out. And that's what the farting noise is. If you do that, record it and speed it up, it sounds like... So it's not the fart making the noise. But when your fart comes out, it doesn't smell forever, does it? It dissipates. It goes away. It diminishes. So the same would happen in a spacesuit, I reckon. Right. Here's an interesting one. Julie. Hi, Boaty. I have a question. Would you like to stop smoking, or are you not bothered? I like your live chats, and I hope you do them for many decades. In other words, I prefer you not to die too soon. Would I like to stop smoking? No. No, I really enjoy it. Do I think I should? Yes. Is the answer to that one. Rover Joe says, just done 15 pages of my degree tonight. I'm knackered. Oh, memories, but good on you. Good on you. It'll stand you in good stead, that will. Mickey Jeffries is amongst us and says, evening all. Cheeseburger says he was 86. No wonder you made no money selling cars if you can't add up. I made plenty of money selling cars, mate. Admittedly, not with mustard, but back in the day, I did okay. That place was a license to print money. Oh, it saves going inside the caravan on sunny days. Matt, that is making 0 sense. You are suggesting taking an external cupboard on a hot sunny day when you would want things to be cool. So you're suggesting having them in an external cupboard outside of the cool caravan in the blazing hot sunshine. No, I'm selling them, Matt. I'm selling them. Johnny Briggs was 86, says Bad Books, and Jimmy Quinn says Johnny Briggs 80. Jimmy Quinn says 85. Oh, there's some debate about that. Ross is here, Dinosaur Dad. Hi all, don't mind my hairy ears. Stops me hearing the missus. Matt says, my ears have a better beard than Simon. Oh, God. So hairy things really are a thing. Cheeseburger says, hairy ears is nothing. You want to try having a hairy arse. We all have a hairy arse, don't we? I mean, okay, well, it depends how you define arse, right? Now, the people that I work with who are of an Asian persuasion, they invariably have very hairy arses, by which I mean the gluteus maximus, the buttock area there. Oh, that's still good and tight and firm. I wish I was wearing tighter jeans, show those off. Right, now, on me, my actual buttocks are hair-free. Which sounds like a character from Hello Hello, doesn't it? Hair-free, hair-flick. What was the general? General Klinkerhoffen. That was it. I loved Hello Hello. I should start watching some of those again. The flashing nubs. And of course, the fallen Madonna with the big boobies. And who doesn't love Officer Crabtree? Arthur Bostrom, I think. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, hairy arses. But surely everybody has a hairy cleft. And anal bleaching. What's that all about? I merely asked the question. Who here hasn't got a hairy arse cleft? I have. I'm happy to admit it. God, do people have their arse cleft de-haired in order to avoid tagnuts and winnets? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I wouldn't go that. Oh, is that the back sack and crack? Is that the thing where you? Oh God. Oh my goodness me. Oh, imagine having your arse cleft actually. Well, if you're a woman, oh well, that's sexist, isn't it? Why is it okay for a man to have a hairy cleft and not a woman? In fact, you could argue that it's the man who should pay more attention to de-hairing his cleft, because it's the man that is more likely wanting to be the recipient of a rusty trombone, which is a very, very splendid thing, by the way. But, I mean, you know, if you're a decent sort of chap, you will return the compliment. God, I remember Maggie was horrified the last time I did that. You can't do that. Anyway, why are we talking about that? I have my nasal hair waxed at the Turkish barbers, says Mickey Jeffries. Oh, God. Oh, and Matt says, Julie, every one of Boaty's live streams feels like decades. I can imagine it does. I wish I could see my pubes, says Cheeseburger. Diet starts soon. Yeah, doesn't it for all of us? Oh, God. I must have been particularly bad this winter because I always put on a bit of heft over winter and drop it over summer. But I've got a right old veranda over the pleasure gardens at the moment, and that needs to go. My lunches have got bigger. I've noticed that. I'm going to go back to a much smaller lunch. My suppers are okay, and I don't eat any other meals. And I don't usually eat in between meals. I don't snack. But my lunches are too big and probably too carb heavy. I need to be eating, you know, a small plate of meat and salad for lunch or something of that nature. Apart from Mondays. Mondays, anything goes. Mondays, treat day. We had a sales manager, says Bad Books, with massive old man's ears. Utter bastard. Sacked me 3 times. How does that work, Bad Books? How do you get sacked 3 times? The only person I can think of where that similar happened to was one of my hero stroke fantasy women, Jennifer Patterson. Now, Jennifer used to work for The Spectator as a cook, the Spectator magazine. And she used to get sacked at least once or twice a week. And she always just ignored it, turned up the next day. And after a while, they just kind of accepted it because they didn't have the energy to sack her again. And then when she did something really awful, somebody had left a sink full of washing up on the 3rd floor. Then she really lost her temper, did Jennifer, and she threw all of the dirty plates out of the 3rd floor office window, and they all landed, everything landed, in the funeral director's opposite, which somewhat disturbed the rest of the dearly departed. And then she was sacked as a cook once and for all. But she was immediately re-employed as a writer, as a contributor. And not long after that, 2 fat ladies was born. Joe says, I have 3 modules, all of which need to be handed in on the 31st of this month. So I'm kind of bricking it. Hopefully all goes well with it. It will, mate, it will. You'll do it last minute as we all did and it'll be okay. These things usually are. Nigel Flex says, evening all. Fair enough, Boaty, says Julie. I understand. I hope it wasn't an annoying question. No, not at all. Not at all. And that is the honest answer. I enjoy it. I would prefer not to give up. However, I do recognise that I've got away with it longer than I probably should have. I really should be sensible and knock it on the head for the money, apart from anything else. Even though it cost me 1/3 of what it costs other people, because I know smugglers. I'm in with all the crims. Oh dear. Oh, Vicky Michelle, yes please. Cheeseburger says, oh, he's about to be demonetized for shaking his ass on a live stream. I should get extra for that. Oh, and Barry says, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. And then Francesca Gonshaw, yum yum. Which one was Francesca Gonshaw? She wasn't the little dwarfy blondie one, was she? She did nothing for me, that one. No, it was always, you know, you'd always take Vicky Michelle out of those 2. Although I quite fancied Michelle from the Resistance. The Resistance. Listen very carefully as I say this only once. Johnny, oh God, we're still on about Johnny Briggs. I'm supposed to be baking pie, says Matt. Looks like a late night for me. Oh, hello. A message held review. The longest hairs on the body are arse hairs, says Nigel. When you pull one, it makes you blink. Well, those are kind of 2 different things. I mean, they're not the longest hairs. Surely the longest hairs on the body are on your head. They're the only ones that keep growing. That's the point, isn't it? It's only the hair on your head, including your face, that grow ad infinitum. All of your other hair stops. How does it know when to stop? Isn't the body a clever thing? But it definitely does make you blink when you pull one out. Ross said, I was pissing by the door and I heard a nose. Oh dear. Fuck the diet, says Jimmy Quinn. Stout man, Jimmy. Well said, yeah. Eat whatever the hell you want. And if anybody criticises you for it, eat them too. You get to a certain age and you think, fuck it. Arguably, there is no pleasure on earth that it's worth giving up to have an extra 4 to 5 years in some god-awful nursing home. Lovely. Oh, the self-closing fridge door again. I have got salad for lunch tomorrow. That's good. My lunch today was too much. It wasn't. It felt like just the right amount. But it was too much, really. You'll see it in tomorrow's video. I made Vietnamese noodles. Oh, God, they were fabulous. Boaty says he needs to cut down on food as he raises the glass to his lips. There's no calories in wine. Probably. Maybe that's why I'm fatter now, because I drink wine instead of vodka and slimline tonic. There you go. That's got rid of a few pounds. I wonder how much a burp weighs. Or how much a fart weighs. That's back to the question of whether these gases are lighter or heavier than air. So, does your weight increase or decrease when you fart or burp? That's an interesting one. I'll do some research on that. Maybe. Oh, I see. Bad Books explains his triple sacking. The bastard sales manager never cleared it with the director, so it went out. He lasted 12 months. Oh, I'm coming up to 25 years service. Oh, well done you. That'll teach him. Big-eared arsehole. Tonight for dinner, says Jimmy Quinn, I had delivered from London, bloody hell, pies, mash and liquor with chili vinegar. Lovely. The little blonde one could go up on you, Boaty. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here's an interesting question. What were you like at school? Boaty asked Everything Cars. What was I like at school? Gosh. Let's think. Honestly, I was a bit of a swat, incredibly creative, probably a bit of a twat, and incredibly arrogant. So probably not all that different to what I am now. In fact, I was lucky at school. As it happens, after Dad was taken poor and I went from public school into the secondary modern thing, the first school that I went to, I got into a group of chums that I stayed chums with all the way through school, and they made life a lot easier for me, because as it turned out, as we went from first school to middle school to high school, they were the cool crowd. You had the hardest kid in there and the second hardest kid. You had the cleverest kid, you had the best looking kid, and you had all of the best sportsmen were in our little group of like 6 or 7. So I had an easy time through school. I had nothing to complain about, apart from the standard of my education. Ridiculous as it sounds, I educated myself to a great degree, because having gone from the public school system into secondary modern, You know, and because I was learning a lot at home, a lot of the time, and this is where the arrogance comes in, I knew more than the bloody teachers did. So I didn't learn a lot at school, but I had, you know, I had a fine time. I enjoyed it, really. Nothing to complain about. In the very, very early days, I was bullied a bit for the colour I was back then, but that didn't last long because of the crowd that I got into and the fact that I discovered I could fight. So that's what I was like. Arrogant, bit of a twat, a bit of a swat, but creative and okay. I used to write a lot of the plays, and I used to write the school assemblies and all of that sort of thing. I had a voice before my voice broke as well. I was actually a boy soprano, so I used to sing as well. There you go. Interesting question. Thank you for that. Actually, I'd like to ask all of you that. What were you like at school? Cheeseburger says, Jimmy, there's a local pie and mash and liquor takeaway by us in the Midlands. Oh, not something I've ever tried. Cheeseburger says, there is less calories in vodka. Yeah, I know, but God almighty, I had to give up vodka for the sake of my liver. There's no fun in going to bed drunk and waking up hungover. Not as a regular thing. As a one-off, yeah, but not as a regular thing. I like a drink. I like to go to bed, maybe relaxed, a little tipsy, but the idea of going to bed, you know, where you're stumbling drunk and where you do things that you can't remember. Oh, no. Not for me. Not for me. Enough is as good as a feast these days. Chuck a bottle of wine down your neck. No harm, no foul. Oh, Ross says, wine is loaded with sugar. It sends my levels through the roof. Oh dear. Well. I don't have much sugar in anything else. I have sugar in coffee, but other than that, I don't eat anything sweet or anything sugary. Although I will eat a slice of white bread, and I know there's a load of sugar and salt in that, but oh, sod it. You can worry too much about this sort of thing. I'd rather be loading up on sugar with a bottle of wine than killing my liver and my mornings and everything by drinking myself insensible on vodka and slimline tonic, but being a bit thinner. I just need to exercise a bit more and eat smaller lunches. Boaty at school says Jimmy Quinn was a 6-foot virgin. Correct on both counts. I've already admitted to being probably one of, if not the oldest virgins in the UK. I was 21. 21? Something around there when I lost mine. Years after everybody else, that's for sure. You know, most people were doing it at sort of 13 or 14. I once, says Matt, got a verbal warning from my manager. He handed me an envelope. I took out the contents and written at the top of the page were the words verbal warning. I put it to my ear, said I couldn't hear it, and threw it in the bin in front of him. Oh, and Matt then adds, the warning was for sarcasm. That's brilliant. I hate school, says Everything Cars. Glad I will be leaving soon. I'm sorry to hear that. Now then, Everything Cars, old people like me will say that school days were the happiest days of their life. And we're not lying, but it's a thing that comes with retrospect. It's when you look back, you realise how carefree and happy your school days were. Unless, of course, unless for whatever reason you go through a really bad time. You know, maybe you go to an expensive public school and you are bent over and used as a toast rack, or buggered too frequently for your personal preference, or maybe you're bullied or something like that, I don't know. But generally speaking, Matt says he was shy, quiet, and spent most of the time daydreaming. Barry was a rugby-loving Trekkie who didn't fit in because I hated football. Right, okay. Cheeseburger was a bit of a swat, had a decent comprehensive education, but couldn't wait to leave at 16. Spent 5 years at night school to finish my education. Okay. Bad Books was hopeless at sport, easily distracted, but grafted to get his O-levels. Great teachers and enjoyed it. Good on you. Good on you. I had an episode. This is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. We talked before about these two fobs on Deric's doings. And it happened to me today. I unlocked the car, but didn't start it for a period of time. And the immobiliser kicked in. And for whatever reason, this aftermarket thing, it won't deimmobilise it. I tried using the fob, and the fob I had didn't work. So I went and got the other fob, and that did work. Flashed the lights, put the immobiliser off. But neither of the fobs will operate the locking. So that's all a bit weird. So tomorrow, amongst other things, I'm going to get the old P-scan out. Oh, that reminds me. I must put my little P-scan computer up in the office on charge. It's still down here from the last time I used it, and the battery will be flattery. So I must do that tonight. Don't let me forget. But yeah, I'll get the P-scan out tomorrow, and I'm going to reprogram both the fobs and get them working properly. And then I'm going to throw these in the bin. That's what I'm going to do. I'm still loving Deric, by the way, even more so. Oh, and I must say a huge thank you to John Maruzzi, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's a regular. He's one of us, and he sent me a massage on Facebook Massager, and it was a link to an eBay auction for a set of Rover 25 wheel trims, which would be a massive improvement on Deric. I mean, in an ideal world, I guess you'd put alloys on, but oh no! Earlier today, when I was going to the toilet for a nice poo, I got Shison's catalogue out. You know, I like to have a catalogue for each of my cars that's as close as possible to the month and the year that they were born. Well, it occurred to me that Shison and Deric are the same age, so the catalogue would apply to Deric. So I got it out and I had a look at it, didn't I? And I discovered that being an IL, Deric is one from top of the range. Shison is top of the range, IXL. Deric is one down. So I looked at the spec, and he's got all of the spec that he should have, except he should have an electric sunroof, and he hasn't. But he has got aircon. So presumably somebody specified an aircon instead of the sunroof. Now, I wish he had a sunroof. Generally speaking, I'll take a sunroof over aircon. And I was looking at the wheels, and yeah, he came as standard with 14-inch steel wheels with wheel trims. But all of the alloys were an optional extra. I think he'd look quite cool on Serpents or Coronets. So ideally, to get rid of the awful things that are on him, you'd put alloys on, but you know, they're expensive things, aren't they? Whereas these wheel trims are going for 20 quid plus postage, or at least that's the opening bid. You can't guarantee what the final bid will be, of course, but at least they would be original to the car. So depending on how the money situation is, but definitely if I sell the cupboards, I might have a little bid on those, because the wheel trims that are on him are awful. What else did I find out in the catalogue? Oh, yeah. Right. I looked at the performance figures and the economy figures. Bloody hell. In the extra urban, according to the catalogue, Deric will do 70 miles per gallon. 70 miles per gallon. That's amazing. And, right, tell you what, let's do a competition. Hold on. Oh, where's that gone now? Bear with. I've forgotten where I put them. Well, where they are in hell? Oh, here. Right, yes. Simon, are you still here, mate? I can't make these stickers work. I've made one work, and I've made one half work. But whatever the knack is, I can't do it. Okay, hold on. Right, £100,000. And I will scratch it here and now to the first person to answer this correctly. Deric is a 2002 Rover 25 IL turbo diesel. What is his 0 to 60 time according to the catalogue? Unless I've remembered it wrong, and I don't think I have. So first person to come up with the exact 0 to 60 time, catalogue 0 to 60 time of Deric the Diesel wins this scratch card, which I will rub off now, and if you win anything, I will ping it to you. But it surprised me a little. Where'd I get to? Oh, Black Lines is with us, jolly good. Cheeseburger says, will the P-scan work on my Ring doorbell? I can't make the damn thing work properly. No, it won't, and it serves you right for having one of the stupid things. Ross went to a rough as hell high school in the council estates of Scotland. We used to have two bells, one at 3:25, one for us from the next town to get out before everyone else. Oh, bloody hell. I think big steel wheels would look good on a Mad Max inspired streetwise. Okay. Jimmy Quinn left school at 14. Hated it. Skipped most of the lessons. And for some people, that's the best thing. It works. They get out into the real world. Remember, there's a big difference between being not academically educated and being thick. A lot of people leave school early or without qualifications and do incredibly well in life. Look at Jimmy Quinn. Eats like a king. Has amazing meals day in, day out. Has over £250,000 in his underpant drawer, tucked underneath his white-runs. I got bullied at school, says Blackline, so basically gave up at it and saw no point from 13 years old onwards. I wasn't a bad kid, but my effort was zero. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. Aircon would have been an extra cost option, says Cheeseburger. I had a Merc of a similar year. The Steeler tried hard to... dealer. Tried hard to make me upgrade to aircon, but I prefer the sunroof. I can't remember if it was standard on the IL or only on the IXL. Probably only on the IXL. But yeah, somebody's opted for aircon instead of the sunroof, I imagine. Other than that, he is catalogue factory spec. Interesting. Oh, and the colour, as far as I can tell, and I might be wrong, but mustard, I'm going to, excuse me, mustard said it was Tahiti blue. I'm going to do it again. And according to the catalogue at least, Tahiti blue wasn't an option. According to the catalogue, as far as I can tell, he is midnight blue. So there you go, that's what I think. And he's got Peru interior, which tomorrow is going to get hoovered and washed and dressed and fragranced and all of that. I'm going to make it absolutely lovely. You see if I don't. Bad Book says, I dropped my MX-5 off for MOT tonight and there was a silver Streetwise there. Well used, but obviously loved. Rusty front wings like Deric. Yeah, well, and like Shison. But they're not the end of the world, are they? I'm gonna keep a lookout for some wings for Shison, either, you know, really good second-hand ones or new ones, and try and, as a long-term thing, try and turn Shison into, you know, a little bit of a Nigel, a little bit of a show car, because, okay, Nigel is unique, has been made unique, but Shison is genuinely rare, and low mileage with an incredible history. So it'd be nice to have him as a bit more of a showpiece. I got a little unreasonably annoyed when Joseph Lloyd shuffled around him and said, oh, it's a Rover 25, rusty in the usual places. And that was it. You know, no mention that he's CVT in IXL trim. One of, I'm told, one of only 4 remaining. Cheeseburger says, times change. I had to pay more for a sliding pan roof for my present drive, in addition to aircon. The wife's card is in for MOT on Monday, says Black Lines. Nigel went to a Catholic school and got caned for reading The Happy Hooker by Xavier Hollander. Oh, we got the guesses coming in. Right, 0 to 60 time, Deric, scratch card, potential £100,000, and I'll scratch it, and then I'll probably bugger off. You know, it's already that time, isn't it? 11.3 seconds says Joe, no. 9.2 says Matt, no. 13.8 says Cheeseburger, no. Chas Brown says 15.4, no. 8 seconds says Everything Cars, and then Joe Cox wins his second scratch card in a row by correctly saying 9.9 seconds. Well done, Joe. Congratulations. And we're going to scratch that now. 10.8 says Nigel, no. 9.3, Matt says Cheeseburger, have you been drinking? 9.6 says Russ, 9.1. Right. Now, most of my wealthier clients, says Cheeseburger, are self-made from poorer backgrounds. Right, it's not Tahiti blue, says Cheeseburger, it's too dark. It's midnight blue. According to the catalogue, it's midnight blue, so I shall update my doings accordingly. Oh, and Joe says that the car is midnight blue according to MG brochures as well. So there we are. Cheeseburger says Paddington should have Deric if the interior is Peru. Jimmy Quinn correctly guesses 9.9, but unfortunately too slow. Joe got there before you. Bad Books also says, wasn't Paddington from Peru like Deric's interior? Yeah, darkest Peru. First guess should have been a rule. Too late now. Joseph Lloyd annoys me, says Joe. Oh my God, that was just a guess, says Joe. Google says 9.6. So I thought I was wrong. I'm sure it was 9. I'm going to get the catalogue now. here we go. Rover 25 catalogue, and oh, here's the colours, and no Tahiti blue there. Right, I assume. Right, midnight blue is a flat colour, and I'm not sure if it's flat or metallic. The paintwork's too poor. The only other options are royal blue pearlescent or anthracite metallic. Looks a bit bluish, but can't really tell. Oh, hang on, are they all metallic? No, they can't be, can they? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the 0 to 60s. Where are we? Oh, there are the alloy options and wheels. Performance and fuel economy. There we go. 0 to 60, 0 to 60. Yeah, I was right. 9.9 for the turbo diesel. Now, according to this, Deric is quicker than Shison. The only quicker 0 to 60 than Deric is the 1.6 IXL, which is 9.5. Now, Shison is a 1.6 IXL, but it's Stepspeed, and they're saying that is 10.3. I dispute that. There's no way that Deric is quicker than Shison. But yeah, 9.9, 0 to 60. 113 top speed. And then the fuel figures. Urban 39.2. Extra urban 68.3, so nearly the 70 I said. And combined 53.8. What a fabulous little car. But 9.9 is correct. You do win, and I will now scratch your scratch card after I catch up on the comments. And then I'll bugger off. And we can all bugger off, can't we? That'll be nice, won't it? And have a good sleep and get ready for the weekend. And what am I doing tomorrow? Oh yeah, I'm going to do the fobs thing, and I'm going to start on the interior of Deric. Oh, and you know, when I fitted the wind deflectors today to Boo, I completely forgot about the mirror wind shield things. I showed you them, didn't I? They're a bit of nonsense, but I actually think they look quite cool. Here they are. I know I showed you before. I'll show you again. And they fit on the mirror like that. And you've got a little tinted shield over your mirror, so your mirrors don't get wet when it rains, and you can still see where you're going. I bought 2 pairs of these, fitted them into Annie Ford, and they fell out. But I've got some decent glue now, so I'm not going to rely on the self-adhesive bit, which was never going to work. I'm going to glue them properly. So I'll do that tomorrow as well. And then Boo is going to look amazing. Oh, and while I've got Boo, I'll get the cupboards out of her arse, and I'll erect them either tomorrow or Saturday. I'll get them out tomorrow at least, and I'll rejig her arse. I think I'll do it tomorrow. I think I'll have time. And get her arse all tidied up and ready to go. Get the cupboards out, and if I get a chance, if not, I'll do it on Saturday. I'll erect them, take some pictures, get them on Facebook, get them flogged, get some money back in the pot. That'll be a great thing to do. And that those cupboards might pay for the wheel trims for Deric, you never know. But before I bid on the wheel trims, I might just have a look about and see if there are any alloys with decent tyres around. Well, not that I could afford them. I wonder if Mustard's got any. I think the only 15s he's got are the Crowns that I'm already borrowing, and they're on Stigbürt and Liz's, although they'll be going back. Oh, they'd look pants anyway. I quite like, you know me, I like cars being original. I like the idea of 14-inch wheels with big high-profile tyres, which are lovely and comfortable, and good old-fashioned wheel trims. So let's get the cupboard sold, put a bid on the ones on eBay, and keep our fingers crossed. Now then, da, da, da. Oh yeah, we got to Joseph Lloyd annoying him. 9.9 says Cheeseburger. I've driven loads of diesels, owned them for the past 15 years. I'm amazed at that. I was surprised. God, you'd have to really be on it. You'd have to be, you wouldn't easily get that figure. You'd have to be really exact with the revs and the gear changes. Stephen S. Paul is amongst us and says, hi, kiddies. Google actually says 9.9, 9.6 and 9.8, so who fucking knows? Well, who indeed? But we'll go by the catalogue, and that says 9.9. Anything under 10 seconds is, I mean, maybe it's different now, but back in the day, anything under 10 seconds counted as okay, you know, maybe not rapid, but quick enough. I mean, I can think of a lot of, you think of a lot of sports cars or sporting cars or cars with sporting pretensions, and they were often not that far under 10 seconds. Think about it. You know, think about things like the MG Montego and stuff like that. Even the ZT190. Oh, I've got news on that. Comments, Stigbürt, scratch card. Oh, Shison is a they. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Imagine what Eric goes like. Yeah, exactly. Oh, right. Some paints are flat, some are metallic. So I assume it's midnight blue. That's what I'm going with at the moment. Oh, hang on. Oh, Liz is here. And Liz says, Deric is JFM, royal blue. If in doubt, check the plate on the passenger side B-pillar. Royal blue isn't an option according to the catalogue. Let's have another look. I will check the thing tomorrow. B-pillar. I'll Google it to find out what a B-pillar is. Midnight blue. Wedgwood blue. Oh, royal blue pearlescent. Oh, okay. It doesn't look like a flat blue. Have a quick look. Can't really see in the dark. Oh, if it's royal blue pearlescent, I'd be very happy with that. And Liz is very certain Deric is JFM. She states. Royal blue. If in doubt, check the plate on the thing. Well, I'll check the plate, but royal blue pearlescent would be lovely. I like the sound of that. Bloody hell, 5.2. Black Lines does 0 to 60 in 5.7. Diesel. Gosh. Did you black all of the plastics on Boo? Asks Joe. Yes and no. Boo was Ola trolled before I bought her by Chop's Garage. But he didn't do some bits like door handles and a couple of bits which I have since done. But the bits that were done by Chops are now getting ready for redoing. So I'll be going around and Ola-trolling all of the plasticky bits. Nice one, Cheeseburger. There you go. An XR3 was around 9 seconds from memories. Matching plus. Right, okay. Now, Stigbürt news. I think I found the parts that he needs. I gave Tom a ring from Force Tuning today. Couple of people, you know, advised me to try him. What a lovely guy. And yeah, he's got just what I need sitting there, except the wheel is still attached because the locking wheel nuts are buggered up, and he's going to have to angle grind the bloody wheel off. But they're off a ZT190. It should be everything that I need. He was very lovely, and so hopefully early next week he's going to courier them to either to me or directly to the garage, and hopefully that will be sorted then. All I need to worry about is, well, I can pay for them. He quoted me a price, a rough price, and that's okay. I've got the money for that. All I need to worry about then is the actual labour for fitting them, but we can worry about that another time, can't we? And then Stigbürt could be back on the road really quite quickly. The wheels and tyres are down there. Thank you, Liz. And the rest of the stuff, the seat and everything, that's not going to stop him being driven. They need to be done, and then they'll need to be done for MOT. But at least he'll be kind of back on the road. Yeah, we can look at those bits. So that's really good news. Fingers crossed that all happens next week. And right, we will now scratch Joe Cox's scratch card, and then we'll all start off to bed. So it's £100,000 job. It is a doubler. Match 3 things in black and you win that. Match 3 things in green and you win double. So let's go. Oh, that's a good start. 2 black £100,000, 1 green 100. Ho-ho! 1,000 black, 2,000 black, £1,000 black. So, possible options, last line, 50, 4, and and 20. So, sorry Joe, it's a dud, mate, but well done. Well done on getting the answer right anyway. And sorry, but you have rather shit out there. And Pure Evil has joined just as we're about to bugger off. So I'm going to leave it there, darlings. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to get off, and I'm going to let you get off. Yeah, third time looking for the next one. Send it back. One of these days we'll get a winner. No, it's nothing you said, Adam. It's just that time of night. I'm a little bit tired today. So, thank you for joining me, my lovelies. Now then, you've got Mustard tomorrow, you lucky people. Possibly Simon also. I think you've got Trace and Mickey on Saturday. You know, in theory, you won't see me again now, apart from on the videos. And there should be videos. I think I'm going to manage to get videos out every night. Through till Monday this week, unlike last week. But In theory, you won't see me live now until Monday, but you never know, I might just pop up. But if I don't, have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Remember the Facebook group, always around there, so we can always keep in touch there. Anything happening this weekend? Anything good happening? Nothing that I'm aware of. I haven't got any particular plans. Monday will be a normal Monday for me at the Yard of Dreams. I'm trying to find a car to go and buy on Monday. If you know of an MG Rover for sale that's at a good price, or needs a good home, or needs a bit of love, or if you're selling one for £1,000 or less, then give me a shout. Or if you see anything that you think would be suitable, please do send me the link or something like that. So yeah, I'll be cracking on with that, and that's it. We'll see what happens. So yeah, have oh, I've got to play you out, haven't I? Where's my doings? Here we are. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Unmute it. Good boy. There we go. Oh God, loads of hidden comments all of a sudden. Show. There we go. Right, everybody, much love to you all. Have a safe and peaceful night. Thank you for being both here tonight and for all of the other live streams through the week. I love these. I love your company. It means the world to me. So have a safe and peaceful night. Take great care of yourselves. And if I don't see you over the weekend, then have a great one. All right. Good night, my loves. Bye.